In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college football games happening on January 2nd, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Mississippi State versus Illinois. The ReliaQuest Bowl kicks off the final day of bowl season with Mississippi State facing Illinois in Tampa Bay. Number 22 Mississippi State last played on November 23rd. A 24-22 win over then number 20 Ole Miss on the road as plus 2.5 underdogs. Illinois defeated Northwestern back on November 26 41-3 as minus 14.5 favorites on the road. The Mississippi State Bulldogs are 8-4 this season after they defeated Ole Miss by a score of 24-22 in their last game. Mississippi State outgained Ole Miss by 1 yard and went 8-16 on third down attempts in the win. Mississippi State won 3 of their last 4 games, but will be playing without their head coach, who passed away December 12th. The Mississippi State offense is averaging 32 points per game with 314.3 passing yards per game and 78.8 rushing yards per game. Will Rogers has thrown for 3,713 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions for the Bulldogs this season. Jaquavius Marks has rushed for 532 yards and 9 scores, while Rufus Harvey has caught 50 passes for 472 yards and 3 touchdowns for Mississippi State. The Mississippi State defense is giving up 24 points per game and 350.3 yards per game. The Illinois Fighting Illini are 8-4 this season after they defeated Northwestern by a score of 41-3 in their last game. Illinois was outgained by Northwestern, but was able to force 6 turnovers in the win. Illinois lost 3 of their last 4 games to end the regular season. The Illinois offense is averaging 25 points per game with 208.3 passing yards per game and 178.3 rushing yards per game. Tommy DeVito has thrown for 2,397 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions for the Fighting Illini this season. Illinois starting running back Chase Brown has opted out of this game, so Reggie Love III is in line to get the start. Love III has rushed for 277 yards and 2 touchdowns, while Isaiah Williams has caught 72 passes for 595 yards and 5 scores for Illinois. The Illinois defense is allowing 12 points per game and 263.8 yards per game. Mississippi State is 3-0-1 against the spread in their last 4 non-conference games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 neutral site games. The over is 4-1 in Mississippi State's last 5 neutral site games. Illinois is 11-4 against the spread in their last 15 games and 9-2-1 against the spread in their last 12 games against a team with a winning record. The under is 6-1 in Illinois' last 7 neutral site games. Losing 2 of the best defensive backs when you are going against one of the best passing offenses is not going to be a good start for Illinois. As good as that defense is, their production will be hard to replace, and Rogers is not afraid to sling that ball all over the place. The Illini also lost one of their primary sources of offense in Brown and his intense power rushing game. Then you have to factor in the emotion of the Bulldogs playing their first game with Leach. You have to assume that they come out with the clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose attitude in this one. Both teams have had equal layoffs, so rust will likely plague both early. I think Mississippi State sheds first and powers forward in memory of their old coach. So the Mississippi State Bulldogs to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Neither of these teams have played a competitive game in over a month. That is some massive downtime, and we should fully expect a slower start to this game because of it. We know full well that the Illinois defense is staunch, and even in the face of losing some key pieces, they should still do well to keep the Bulldogs from lighting up the scoreboard entirely. In the last 7 games at neutral sites, the Illini have had 6 games hit the under. The weather forecast is showing temps in the low 70s, with a little cloud cover and some humidity. That could also slow down a couple of teams that have been hanging in much colder climates heading into this. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Tulane versus Southern California. The Tulane Green Wave and Southern California Trojans are playing in the 2023 Cotton Bowl Classic. The Green Wave finished the season on a 3-game win streak, taking down SMU, Cincinnati, and UCF in the process. The Trojans' wild ride came to a screeching halt in the Pac-12 championship loss to Utah. Tulane boasts a top 25 scoring offense, and Southern California's explosive passing game is 5th best. Tulane has no recent injuries or departures. Southern California will play without star receiver Jordan Addison, Remington Trophy finalist center Brett Nealon, leading rusher Travis Dye, starting guard Andrew Voorhees, and linebacker Raylan Goforth, who transferred. Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams is expected to start at quarterback 1 month after suffering a significant hamstring injury in the Pac-12 Conference Championship. Tulane has had quite the special season, and they currently sit with an 11-2 record, and they have gone 11-2 against the spread. In the last game against UCF, it was again the offense that was strong, scoring 45 points on the way to the victory. Quarterback Michael Pratt again had a big game, completing 20 of his 33 passes for 394 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Tyee Spears also had a big game, finishing with 22 carries for 199 yards and a touchdown. Tulane is averaging 35 points while their defense is giving up 20.5 points per game. In this game, the defense is going to need to step up in a big way. On the other side of this matchup is Southern California, who sits with an 11-2 record, and they have gone 8-5 against the spread. Southern California knew they had a chance to make the college football playoff with a win in the last game, but they ended up losing to Utah. The defense was awful, giving up 47 points, and that led to the berth in this bowl game instead. Caleb Williams completed 28 of his 41 passes for 363 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Southern California is averaging 41 points while their defense is giving up 28 points per game. On the season, Williams has thrown for 4,075 yards, 37 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Tulane is 8-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record, and 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 after an against the spread win. The Wave are 15-3 against the spread in their last 18 overall. Meanwhile, the Trojans are 4-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record, and 1-11 against the spread in their last 12 neutral site games. Southern California is 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 in January. The Green Wave won 8 of their last 9 games and won all 5 of their road games. They are very good offensively, thanks in large part to the 29th best run game in the country and the 61st passing game. The Trojans weren't very good defensively this season. They had the 105th best pass defense and also struggled against the run down the stretch, giving up close to 200 rushing yards per game in their last 3 games. They also gave up close to 30 points per game and will have a hard time slowing down the Green Wave in this game. The Trojans won 5 of their last 7 games, and they played very well offensively, finishing the season with the 4th highest scoring offense. They throw the ball very well, but they're facing a defense that was 26th against the pass and held opponents under 21 points per game, so expect them to struggle offensively in this game. I don't trust the Southern California defense, especially against a top 25 scoring offense with an effective rushing attack. The Cotton Bowl game also represents so much more to the Tulane program than it does to Southern California, so the Tulane Green Wave to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Southern California has gone over in 7 straight games, with all but 2 surpassing this posted total of 62. Tulane has gone over in 6 of its last 7, but has seen much lower totals, in the mid-50s. Southern California's defense has allowed nearly 40 points per game over the last 3 games, and the Green Wave running game, which goes for nearly 200 yards per game, should have plenty of running room. The Trojans' pass defense has been suspect all season, giving up over 265 yards per game through the air. Offensively, the Trojans should still be able to score despite the noticeable absences due to injury and opt-outs. Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams won't just roll over. Even the Southern California backups are likely more athletic than many of the starters for Tulane. Both of these teams should get in the 30s, with one of them likely getting to 40. If this game stays below the total, it will be because of a very strong effort from the Green Wave defense. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.